I've been watching Jamie Oliver for years when he was the naked chef in his 20s. And even though he's not a vegan chef, I actually tune into his show every weekend for a little bit of inspiration. I was so excited when I heard that he released his vegetarian cookbook and how him and his family eat plant-based most of the week, and on the weekends they only eat meat. Today, I'm trying this ultimate veggie burger, making it fully vegan and giving you my full review. And by the end, you'll know if this is a burger to impress your family or just a waste of time. All right, so the first ingredient we're gonna drop in is the onion. And I just cut it up into big chunks like he did. He pretty much just threw it inside the food processor. And we're just gonna blitz, I'm gonna blitz that up a bit. Ooh, those onions. Okay, so he used rye bread. We're gonna use some leftover sourdough bread from when I baked sourdough bread and when I bought some from the store. So probably about a cup. So we're gonna blitz that in first. For him, he kind of just threw it in with the mushrooms, and I don't want mine to get too mushy, so we're gonna do it step by step. The bread is just gonna give it a nice bind and keep the burger more solid and together, kind of like when you add breadcrumbs like to a meatloaf or something like that. We don't want it to be a mushy paste. We want it to be kind of like a textured pate in a sense. Where's the off button? Where's the off button? I couldn't find the off button. I'm working from the opposite side, so I couldn't find the off button. Hence my panic. All right, so I'm just gonna scrape this down. So, all right, oh boy. I think for me, well, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and, no, I'll add the mushrooms because that's what he did. He had the mushrooms in it. So we're gonna use portobello because that's what I had on hand. But he also said you can use cremini or just a different blend of mushrooms. It looked like it was about 3 cups of mushrooms that he had. So we're gonna add these in here. I'm gonna do one mushroom at a time. I think I might transfer after this one, transfer it into the bowl because it might get a little too mushy and I don't like the way that looked. Check on that, okay. See, all of it should be about that texture, but what we're gonna do is I'm gonna dump this into the bowl and actually just blend the other mushrooms on their own so it doesn't get too mushy. And plus, I have a smaller food processor, so I don't have enough space. If you see my makeup running, it's just because these onions are super strong. Whew. Okay, let's continue. Look how rich and earthy these colors in the mushrooms look. Yeah, and you want it to have almost that texture like that. We're gonna blitz it a little bit more. I'm gonna mash the beans a little bit first to give it some texture. Then we'll add them to the rest of the ingredients. Just gonna do a rough mash. Jamie Oliver actually threw the beans inside the food processor, but I'm gonna mash them by hand so we get a little bit of a better texture and so it's not so mushy. Okay, so he used some ground coriander, so we're gonna add that in it. I think about 1.5 teaspoons. And you can always do these things to taste, of course. We're gonna add about 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And let's mix that in with our hands. So anytime I'm making a veggie burger or a bean burger, I like to taste it after I season it because you know you want to make sure it tastes good. So we're going to taste this, and the good thing about that, it's not raw, so like meat. Okay, pretty good. Now a little more salt. So he formed his into 4 patties, so that's what we're going to do. So he put a little bit of oil down. And now we're going to shape our patties. These look like they're going to be some monstrous burgers. I like me a nice big veggie burger. So we're going to bake these in this closer to the center because afterwards he put the buns on the outskirts at the last couple minutes so they can get toasty too. So be sure if you're making it and you have your baking pan, if you're going to toast up your buns inside the pan, be sure to leave some space for that. He also drizzled a little bit of olive oil on top before they're baked. Oops. I'm going to bake them in the oven for 25 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, he made a quick salsa. So using tomatoes, some onions, lime, and a little bit of cilantro, kind of like the salsa that I make. He also put the buns on a pan to get them nice and warm and toasty. And then back in the oven it goes until the cheese is all melted. I'm going to prep my toppings while the cheese is melting on the burgers. So we're going to start with our avocado. So he topped it with avocado, the salsa, and also some mango. So I'm really excited to see what that's going to taste like because as most of you guys know, I love mangoes. Beautiful. I'm gonna squirt a little bit of that lime juice on it so they don't turn brown, at least for the presentation. So next we're just gonna peel our mango and slice it up. Look at that toasty bun. Great. I don't think I'll have to start toasting my bun like this from now on. This cheese doesn't melt per se, easy, like how his melted, but that's okay. Still delicious. This is one of my favorite cheeses, so. Cheese cracker. All right, so let's build our burger. So what he did was he put some vegan yogurt at the bottom. I don't get down like that, so I'm gonna put some mayonnaise at the bottom, some light mayonnaise, vegano of course. Put a little bit of mayonnaise. It'll still give it that twang because this mayonnaise has, you know, vinegar base, so it'll still kind of give it that twang and a little bit of that creaminess. Then he did the salsa. Then he did a slice of mango. We're gonna put a slice of mango on there, a little bit of avocado. Let's put 2 little slices of avocado. And then the star of the show, our burger. Oh yeah, oh wow, big. Let's put our topper on. Wow. Okay, that's a big burger. Now, clearly I could have broke these down to maybe smaller sizes, but he did 4, so I'm doing 4. All right, let's give it a try. It's so big. How do I approach this? First of all, look how pretty. All right, let's smash it down. Like he did. So let's smash it and bite into it. Hopefully, like he said, I'm as sexy as Nigella when I bite it. Definitely messy. Okay, so here's my honest review of the burger. Okay, the pros are it's very easy to make, of course, with very minimal ingredients. You probably have these ingredients at home, okay? And it's pretty tasty, all right? But for me, the cons are it's really mushy, and my husband Jimmy also agreed it was really soft and mushy. I know he used rye bread, and that might just be a cultural thing, but even with the sourdough bread, I thought it would not have that, I don't know, the different types of taste. Those combined together, onion, bread, and beans and mushrooms, it's kind of a pretty good base, but I feel like it needs a little bit more tightened up. As far as the toppings, of course, salsa is delicious, but in the burger, my husband and I both agree, I can barely kind of taste the mango. It kind of gets lost in the burger with the mango and the salsa. So I would probably, if you make this a burger, I would probably do traditional toppings like maybe pickles or relish, maybe some lettuce and the cheese with the cheese or ketchup, you know, and also mustard, because that's my thing, mustard. So that's my honest review. Would I make it again? I probably make it again, but I will probably add my own little spin to it. And speaking of my own little spin, I do have 2 delicious burgers on this right here on the channel. I have one burger that's made with gluten, which makes it like a more textural, real burger. And I also have a black bean burger on the channel as well. That's really delicious, and it has a few techniques so that you can get that really good burger texture and not mushy black bean burger that you get kind of from most burgers that are made with beans, okay? So if you enjoyed this burger review, please hit the like button so I'll know you'll want more videos just like this one. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.